for independence is sinking and has dropped 8 points to 40%, according to a new poll published today. Hello, and welcome to Catalan News. It's been more than 3 months since Catalonia went to the polls to elect a new government, right after Madrid took control of the country due to the push for independence. And during this time, pro-independence parties, which have a majority to retake control of the institutions, have still not managed to agree on what to do next. Today, we'll explain how this standstill is affecting people's political preferences, because according to a new poll, support for independence is falling. And stay with us to discover how the upcoming opening of the Mobile World Congress means big business for Catalonia. It's been another quiet week in the Catalan parliament, with no big meetings or plenary sessions going on. However, there are still a lot of private engagements between pro-independence leaders, while they try to negotiate how to form a new government, and, more importantly, who should lead it. With Catalan President Carles Puigdemont in exile in Brussels and his Vice President Oriol Junqueras in jail, there are no easy shortcuts. And the Spanish government is not prepared to allow the leader who declared independence to come back to Catalonia and retake his post as president, even though he commands a majority in parliament. If he does, he will be immediately sent to jail.
Talks to pick a new Catalan president have stalled. While pro-independence parties have enough votes in parliament to form a government, there's one last hurdle: agreeing a role for Carles Puigdemont in the next executive. With the distribution of posts under discussion, Junts per Catalunya wants its leader to have a relevant political role in the next government. With no deal yet reached, Junts per Catalunya insists that the parties will find common ground.
On estem plenament convençuts que les negociacions amb Esquerra continuaran amb totes les dificultats que vulgueu, però que continuaran i que, evidentment, arribaran a bon port.
Junts per Catalunya wants Puigdemont reinstated as president, and the group today filed a proposal in Parliament aimed at reinstating the deposed Catalan government. Yet the other main independence party, Esquerra, did not support the move. This and other proposals will be debated in Parliament on Thursday. Unionist parties pointed out that Puigdemont cannot take office from Brussels.
Todos sabemos que el señor Puigdemont no va a ser presidente. Solo falta que vaya alguien y se lo diga.
Meanwhile, support for independence in Catalonia has fallen, with an almost 8-point drop since the last poll. At the same time, the number of people wanting to remain in Spain has risen to over 50%. It is the first time since Catalonia's push for independence began in 2012 that a poll has shown a majority in favour of remaining in Spain. Despite the fall in support for secession, the pro-independence parties would still get a majority in Parliament in a new election. The polls suggest they would even gain seats. In a new vote, Unionist Ciutadans and pro-independence Esquerra would tie on 33 to 35 seats, with Puigdemont's Junts per Catalunya party coming third. Whether the polls will affect the talks between the pro-independence parties remains to be seen.
Support for independence might be falling, but the interest in what happens in Catalonia is still very high, even in Spain. In fact, some could even argue that there's a bit of hysteria about the possibility of Carles Puigdemont, currently in Brussels, coming back to the country. 6 Spanish police officers tried to arrest Puigdemont yesterday in Madrid. The problem? It was not the real Puigdemont they were detaining, but an actor impersonating the Catalan leader. A local called the police when he saw him walking around with an estelada, a Catalan independence flag. But that's not all. Police officers also searched the plane of Pep Guardiola today. Yes, the former coach for Barça and currently with Manchester City. They suspected Puigdemont could be in there as well, and guess what? He wasn't. Guardiola's support for a referendum in Catalonia is causing some trouble for him additionally. Today, the Football Association in the Premier League charged him for wearing a yellow ribbon in support of Catalan political prisoners. While the Spanish police officers try to find Puigdemont with not much success so far, the former Catalan police chief, Josep Lluís Trapero, has been assigned to administrative tasks and is currently being investigated for sedition for his role in the independence referendum. Trapero, who became well known for leading the police operations against the Barcelona terror attacks, is now facing up to 30 years in jail. According to the Spanish police, the Catalan officers, called the Mossos d'Esquadra, did not do enough to stop people from voting in the independence referendum. Spanish police raided many polling stations in an operation that NGOs such as Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch say displayed an excessive use of force. Catalan officers, however, did not use violence and are now being accused of having boycotted the Spanish operations. And let's not move on yet from police operations, because this morning, agents arrested 14 people who were protesting in front of the Spanish Supreme Court in Catalonia. Early on Friday morning, the demonstrators chained themselves to the main door of the court in Barcelona, thus blocking the way into the building. The protesters refused to clear the entrance and the street outside the court when asked by police, saying that they were protesting against Spanish repression. Finally, police officers removed them one by one, and 14 were arrested. Next week, Barcelona will become once again the mobile world capital, hosting hundreds of thousands of tech experts and gurus that will try to discover the latest mobile proposals. And with the big focus on mobiles, the city and the surrounding areas are hoping to benefit as well from the biggest conference of the year.
Catalonia is getting ready to host the Mobile World Congress. This major technology fair, running from Monday to Thursday next week, brings thousands of visitors from all around the world to the cities of Barcelona and L'Hospitalet de Llobregat. With that many mouths to feed, Catalan cuisine will have to once again show the quality it's well known for. And this will surely cause the demand for produce to skyrocket. The Mercabarna wholesale market is expecting growth in sales of between 10 and 15% over last year, and the biggest demand will very likely be for the most exclusive items, such as oysters, lobster, or shrimp. Additionally, the fruit and vegetable provider for Fira de Barcelona, the place hosting the event, will have to work 24 hours a day to fill tens of thousands of plates, and those eating out can expect meat and craft hamburgers to be on the menu. But it is not only restaurants and catering services that are getting ready. L'Hospitalet, a neighboring city of Barcelona also hosting the event, is planning dozens of activities. And that seems to make the mobile organizers happy.
So across the street at Mobile World Congress, we have a saying. The Mobile World Congress is the place to do business. And I've now coined a saying for Hospitalet, which is Hospitalet is open for business.
L'Hospitalet mayor said the aim is twofold. On the one hand, getting foreign visitors to know Catalonia's second largest city. But they also want locals to get to know this international event.
Que hemos ido intentando que este evento tan importante para el mundo tuviera también una repercusión en positivo para los ciudadanos y ciudadanas del Hospitalet.
And it will come as no surprise that one of the focuses of these activities will be food.
Now let's take a look at culture. If you are in Catalonia this week, you might want to take a look at the Animac Festival in Lleida, west of Barcelona. There, you'll be able to see very interesting animated films from all around the world. An amazing proposal that shows us how culture can be seen and enjoyed not only in big capitals, but also in lesser-known destinations in Catalonia.
Music, creativity, freedom of expression, and the most cutting-edge animation of today. This is what Animac, Catalonia's international film festival, brought to Lleida this week. Raising the curtain on this 22nd edition of the event were officials from the town that lies west of Barcelona, including the mayor and the local councillor for culture. The director of the festival also spoke at the gala, and she had a commentary to make about the recent censorship that's been seen throughout the country.
Donde se presentan obras de creadores y de creadoras en un clima donde puede cada uno presentar lo que quiera en total y absoluta libertad. Y por muchos años.
Animac itself managed to combine an environment of total freedom with that of a central theme each year. For 2018, the focus is on music. This is why the featured guest and winner of the Animac Prize of Honor was Norman Roger. This renowned composer and sound designer both have a decade of experience, a couple hundred soundtracks and Oscar-awarded projects. But according to him, there is more to a perfect soundtrack than just good music.
The participation, the role of music and sound is to help the audience understand the film, get the right emotions, not be distracted by a music that could be maybe spectacular but might not be perfectly suitable for the subject or the film.
An evocative melody was chosen to kick off this musical edition. Animation was put to Vivaldi's Four Seasons by a Japanese production and interpreted live by the Julià Carbonell Symphonic Orchestra of Lleida. With over 300 audiovisual works, as well as masterclasses, workshops and Oscar-nominated films, Animac will run until Sunday, promising to be truly a feast for the senses.
And with this, we finish today's show. We leave you with some lovely images from the goats in La Cerdanya, the Catalan Pyrenees. They also make amazing cheese. Take a look, and who knows, you might end up traveling there this weekend. See you on Monday.